Hi everyone, I've been asked to share a little bit about myself, so I thought I'd come on today and just record this little snippet about myself. I'd like to share something about my faith journey. I'm Sister Sue and I live in Blackpool, UK now, but I originally come from Yorkshire, near Ilkley in Yorkshire. I was very fortunate and I had quite a good upbringing. My mother took me to the Church of England. I went to Sunday school and at about 11 years old I began to believe in God. My grandmas were a big influence on my faith and both my grandmas had a strong faith. As a teenager I got into all kinds of things. And we messed about with the Ouija board, which I realised later what was wrong and I didn't realise at the time. No one had ever told us the dangers of the Ouija board. In my early 20s, I had some bad experiences. Also, I had a vision which I was told that I had to have no more to do with the devil, and I saw the face of Jesus and I saw Mary as an angel. This experience set me on the path to find out what was the truth. I went back to the C of E when my daughter got christened and I met some charismatic Christians who played guitars and sang lovely songs. I was drawn to the fellowship they had, and at the first time I went, I told Marigold, the curate's wife, all about what had happened to me. And she said I should give my heart to Jesus. So I knelt down and gave my heart to the Lord. This was just the beginning of a long journey with Jesus, as I studied the Bible, prayed and sang songs. I used to play the guitar too, I still do at times. I become more aware of the Spirit and I felt Jesus close to me. God was no longer somebody far away, but he had become somebody personal through Jesus. I also had the experience of being baptised in the Holy Spirit in my early 20s, which was a great blessing. For quite a few years I had a thirst for more of God. I went to different churches seeking the right way, but I would always keep coming back to the old C of E. I started my journey where I started my journey. You have to excuse me as I've had to write some of this down so that I remember. I was a Pentecostal Christian for quite a few years, but the hellfire and damnation preaching made me very fearful and I suffered from anxiety. I honestly believe now that it was my cockeyed view of God. Over the years, and especially the last few years, I have come to know a God who is a loving God and accepts me just as I am. I no longer live in fear and dread, but it has taken me years to feel comfortable with God. I suffered with guilt for a lot of years too. About 20 years ago, I went to something called Al-Anon, which is for families of alcoholics. They teach the 12 steps, and it was there that I found freedom from religion. I felt the chains fell off from religion. We talked about God as a higher power, and we didn't bring religion into things. And I felt I found more freedom from fear that I'd been looking for. This was all a part of my faith journey. And now I'll bring you up to date. About 14 years ago, I began my interfaith journey. I started doing therapies, and then I learnt about Reiki, and after about 5 years, I became a Reiki master and a teacher. Over the last 4 years, I have been teaching Reiki. And then also I have been connected very much with the angels, and I'm involved with the angel work. I do angel attunements, and I do card readings at our little shop. I met Brother Sean about 8 or 10 years ago at Bingley at an angel group, at an angel day that he was running with a friend of mine, and that's how I got involved in the TU community, and I've been a member of the TU community ever since. I became an oblate, and I decided to commit myself to a path of seeking God and trying to live a life that was close to God. And I felt that the TU community, for me, this online TU community, gives me the support I need, and also it helps me to continue with my faith, as I don't always manage these days to get to church, and it helps me to continue with my faith and to follow my path. And I find that the Lord has blessed me for being a member of the TU community. I've lost my track now. Just bear with me for a moment. Yes, I'd just like to share a few things about how I've been led this last 3 or 4 years. I've been guided by the angels with the work. We have a little therapy tea room in Blackpool, me and my daughter and my son, and we are really blessed, and the angels have really blessed us. I was guided to open this shop, and I just encourage anybody that's wanting to take a step of faith. I was guided to do the shop. We had no money, no nothing, but everything we needed come to us, and everything that we've needed so far has come to us. And we find that we have to trust the Lord every day for the shop, and that customers will come in. And I find that the law of attraction really helps, because if you put out positive thoughts, positive things come back to you. But I've learnt an awful lot of lessons this last few years, and I've become more open-minded, and I like to share my faith with other people in a quiet way now, so that I can share it in an interfaith way. So I just thank you for bearing with me this morning, and I'll just draw to a close there, and I hope to see you on I'd just like to say that I'm on prayers with Brother Sean on morning prayers about 3 mornings a week, and I have done Doves for Peace for over a couple of years, but I'm having a break for the moment, and it's just so wonderful that we have got some new presenters. So I'll just say goodbye now, and blessings and peace, everyone.